Morning,
Morning.
business people.
Yay! Coffee time. It's the Bleepers on the couch drinking coffee.
Yes, and it's a Happy New Year today. It's the 1st of July.
Happy New Year!
So what are we thinking for the next financial year? What are our goals? What do we want to achieve? You should have already done it, but if you haven't, today is a good day to be thinking about it and starting to put in place what you want for the next 12 months.
Well, what's your favourite Mick Malthouse saying?
Yes, Mickey Malthouse is, if you're not planning to succeed, you're planning to fail.
Yeah.
So there is a wall in your office, shop, back room, work room, wherever you do what you do most of the time. There's a wall to put some stuff up there and for no other reason, not for anyone else's purposes, but to have it front of mind for you. You've got to keep your goals front of mind all the time.
Well, your goals should be in a couple of different levels, shouldn't they? It should be like a dream wall. So you should have, so on our dream wall, we've got our boat that we're going sailing on, and we know what we're doing. And then we've got our structure for how we're going to get there in a broad term. And then we've got our actual year-to-year ideas that we're actually going to do. And you should break that down then monthly, where you actually, what am I doing this month to achieve that? And
there's some businesses that break it down month, then to week, then to day, then to hour. So
not us.
It depends on what you do. However, I would like to talk today about the mindset that normally when you think about growth, any kind of growth, you're thinking about expanding, you're thinking about maybe I need more space, more office space. When you think about expanding, you're thinking about more of. And I think it's important to acknowledge that has changed with digital, with online presence, is that you actually don't have to have more product or more stock to make more money. You can actually look at what you're doing and look at the cost of selling it. Preferably if you've got a lot of items to choose from or you've got a lot of different facets to your business, you want something that has been quite, you want something that your customers like, something that's been selling relatively well, something that's got a good profit margin in it when you sell it, and if you can pick a niche. And yes, we've listened to a lot of American videos, and they all say niche.
The niche,
which is really annoying. But
what's your niche?
You got to pick a niche. So online marketing is so brilliant because we can target so specifically that you actually need to be thinking more in and focused than out. So
well, I think what's important here is that a lot of people get caught up in running their whole business, and they think growth means I must expand my whole business. I must expand every single product must go up by profit this year, and that's a really hard thing to control because some products don't want to move. They're going out of style or they're going out of fashion. They're not in demand anymore, and you're trying to make that one go up. What Amanda's saying is if we can actually find in our business something that actually does have traction. The world is such a big place now, and even locally and like statewide, we have such ability to target that we can actually get the customers that are in that niche. And I keep wanting to say niche myself now. So, for example, if we go back to Amanda's first real business, where she sold pajamas, we have said this time and time again, where it was such a struggle for her to even make ends meet on a year-to-year basis in the whole shop. What we're launching shortly will be a niche product chasing after nightshirts that are just a worldwide product, and we will have them made. Amanda won't say them herself this time, and we'll actually send them worldwide because most large manufacturers aren't wanting to produce nightshirts because you just can't sell enough of them. But for a little tiny company in Victoria, Australia, to be pushing out some nightshirts, the niche of that is so large worldwide, we're actually talking over 100,000 searches a month of people wanting nightshirts. So that's a really powerful product. And if you had a pajama shop or a sleepwear shop or something, you could be saying, right, well, rather than trying to expand my whole shop, I'm just going to take this one niche product and I'm going to actually set up a funnel for it. I'm going to set up my advertising for it, and then I'll set up my manufacturing behind that as it grows. And that one product could actually outperform the whole shop on a worldwide stage compared to what's happening in the local.
Well, yeah, creating, being able to break down your business and to find these products that you can build funnels for and have you're basically producing an alternative income stream that it doesn't matter if you've got a physical shop, it doesn't matter if you don't have a physical shop, it just doesn't matter. You can set these things up as an alternative to what you're already doing, it's diversifying in a very exciting way, because if it works, you actually end up with more choices, not less choices. So if you're tying your expansion into a particular location, or you're tying it to a particular a particular business idea that maybe is dying, like what would someone say to you if they said, I want to open a video store? You would look at them and go, are you absolutely insane? Because in a very short time, there's no need for them anymore. So,
well, that was that famous line out of the Danny DeVito film Other People's Money. He turns around and the people said, what are you smiling for?
Oh, yeah.
And he says, you're selling buggy whips.
Yeah.
And they go, what do you mean? He goes,
yeah.
There's no use being the last buggy whip manufacturer, because no one buys buggy whips anymore because they're all driving cars.
Mm.
If you're caught in that sliding industry, you've got to sidestep. And in that particular film, they sidestep into making, they were making steel girders, and the construction industry was over. And now he pivoted them, sidestepped them into making airbags that had a metal interior. And so that company was saved, because rather than collapse the company, which he was going to do, the daughter of the company owner convinced him to sidestep and pivot and made him save the company and save all the employees. And that was a great example of what you can do, finding a niche and then sidestepping.
Yeah, so tongue-tied. Tongue-tied. Lost my train of thought.
Choo-choo! Drink more coffee!
Drink more coffee.
No, well, I think it's really important. And like, everyone forgets that we are in the age of Google. All right? The phrase Google it doesn't sit there on the tip of everyone's tongue. I mean, how many times a day do you hear that? I mean, like, it's literally, I'll go Google it. With our kids,
we have an argument in the house, and someone's gone to get their phone.
They flick out their phones, so let's check that. Gone is the day where Grandpa can actually say, oh, no.
This is how things work. This is my this is my grandfather voice that I used yesterday too. This is how it works. No, it doesn't. No, that's not right.
So if people are Googling everything, try and think in, what product do I have in my arsenal right now? What do I have in my shop right now? What niche can I look for that is actually possible to take online as a single product? Because this is one of the things that we do. We build funnels for people on a single product.
And what I was going to say before, which I lost my train of thought on, was...
Choo-choo!
I mentioned growth means more stock, more of everything. And that's true. If you were going to set up something new in your business, it would cost money. So you're either setting up a new part of your shop, or you need displays, or you need the stock. It equals thousands of dollars. You haven't even tested it to see if anyone wants it.
Absolutely. Test online first.
So if you're thinking about expanding something into your business, do not spend any money on the physical location. Test it online first. It's a fraction of the cost. And see if there's a market for it. And you might not ever need to implement it into your store, but try to think. It's hard because we're still stuck in the tangible, what we can see, feel, touch. But open your mind to the online world and the digital realm, because there's opportunity coming out the wazoo. So businesses, no matter what position you're in or where you are, can take advantage of it. And that is the message for today.
All right, good message. Find your niche or your niche and see whether you can take that online. And what we haven't probably done is given a couple more examples of that. Obviously, our firewood guy, he is a garden supplies and building supplies place, so he sells multitude, literally hundreds and hundreds of products. And yet, in this time of year where it's cold, a large proportion of his profit probably comes from selling firewood. So he's found a product that he can actually become good at. And he's now taking it online, which makes it great.
Yeah, and if you're a coffee shop or a food shop, it might just be that people come and go, I love that dressing that you put on the salad. What's in that dressing on the salad? That could be a niche for you.
Yep.
You actually produce that salad dressing.
Well,
and
McDonald's
you build a funnel
is selling the Big Mac sauce.
The Big Mac sauce for $12 a bottle. So if people like your salad dressing, they can go home with a bottle of the salad dressing. And don't think that they're not going to eat at your restaurant because they've got the salad dressing. It's actually the opposite. It keeps your business, your product front of mind. They're using your salad dressing. They love your salad dressing. They'll probably go to your restaurant more because of it. So it actually, I said, a lot of the things that we have been trained to think are all wives' tales now. They're just not true. So, and a very good example for a coffee shop was a little place in Sydney who sells green lattes and blue lattes, and I can't remember exactly what they were, but the turmeric latte, but she had this green one, I think, or a blue one. And a line out the store, 30 metres long, people waiting for it. So she wasn't expanding her business. She just focused on one little thing and drew in the crowd.
Yeah.
So, thinking outside the box. If you need help thinking outside the box, ask the Bleepers.
We can think outside the box.
We do that all the time.
Actually, what is a box? All right, well, that's it for us today. We're going to move on. We've finished our coffee. Hopefully you have too. We wish you the best for the new financial year. May it be the best year you've ever had. So from us on the couch, I'm the Big Bleeper.
And I'm the Little Bleeper.